Imagine waking up tomorrow without electricity. Your phone floods with terrifying messages. ATMs won't dispense cash, gas stations shut down, grocery stores close, and all this happens without a single enemy soldier setting foot on American soil. The reality is clear. You are the target. The next major conflict against adversaries like China, Russia, or Iran won't involve traditional invasions. Instead, anticipate cyberattacks, sophisticated disinformation campaigns, and economic sabotage meticulously designed to disrupt your daily life and shake your trust in the systems you depend on. Welcome to Learning Military, where we decode the tech, strategies, and realities shaping today's battlefield. If you're serious about staying informed and ahead, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Your support through a super thanks directly helps keep this channel running. So, let's dive in. Our first frontline won't be abroad, it's your own hometown. Critical infrastructures like electricity grids, water supplies, hospitals, and transportation systems are prime targets. Russian-linked hackers disrupted Americans' fuel supply by shutting down the Colonial Pipeline in 2021, causing panic. Similar attacks plunge hundreds of thousands into darkness in Ukraine, offering a chilling preview into what's possible. China possesses equally potent cyber capabilities. In fact, recent US intelligence has explicitly warned about Chinese malware planted inside American utilities, pipelines, and railways, waiting for the right moment to activate. Iran also demonstrated its capabilities when it breached the control system of the Bowman Avenue Dam in New York in 2013. Luckily, the gates had been manually disconnected for maintenance, or the result could have been a public safety disaster. And then there's Estonia. In 2007, the small Baltic nation endured a wave of cyber attacks that crippled banks, government websites, news outlets, and emergency services. It was a global wake-up call. Cyber warfare isn't science fiction, it's the opening act. In wartime, extended blackouts, fuel disruptions, overwhelmed hospitals, and impaired emergency response networks would create deliberate chaos to instill fear and break public confidence. Agencies like the Department of Homeland Security and the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, are actively working to harden these systems, but the attack surface is vast and adversaries are patient. The information you rely on can and will be weaponized against you. Russia has perfected a strategy called the fire hose of falsehood, which floods the internet with contradictory, emotionally charged content. In 2016, Russian trolls reached over 126 million Americans, deepening societal divides and eroding trust in institutions. China uses similar methods in Taiwan, manipulating social media to sow doubt, discourage participation, and confuse public discourse. Iran's tactics have included impersonating officials and sending threatening messages to American voters. Future conflicts will see deep-fake videos, fake emergency alerts, and entire networks of AI-generated accounts pushing carefully timed false narratives. Their goal isn't just confusion, it's paralysis. Organizations like NATO's Strategic Communications Center and various media literacy programs are working to build public resistance, but in the end, you are the last line of defense. Recognizing manipulation and staying skeptical of sensational claims are no longer optional. Also, you depend on GPS more than you think, whether it's getting directions, flying safely, or processing a credit card transaction. Russia frequently jams GPS near NATO borders. In 2023 alone, over 310,000 commercial flights experienced GPS interference, according to European aviation authorities. In a full-scale conflict, these disruptions could ground aircraft, slow emergency response, and cripple logistics chains. More alarming, adversaries like China have anti-satellite capabilities that could knock out key space assets. This means no navigation, no comms, no early warning. To counter this, US Space Command and allied agencies are developing resilient alternatives like internal nav systems, laser-based communications, and hardened satellite constellations to ensure continuity. But remember, civilian life relies on these systems too. Losing them temporarily or permanently would turn daily convenience into dangerous vulnerability. Modern warfare is as much about hitting your wallet as your weapons. Iran has launched coordinated cyber attacks against major US banks, temporarily freezing access to online accounts and rattling consumer confidence. China holds strategic dominance over rare earth minerals and key manufacturing chains. In 2010, it cut off rare earth exports to Japan during a diplomatic dispute, crippling their tech industry nearly overnight. Imagine a scenario where cyber attacks freeze your bank account, ports grind to a halt, and digital payments crash. Panic could ripple through grocery stores, fuel stations, and pharmacies, leading to shortages and inflation. The US is investing in domestic production, financial sector redundancy, and broader supply chain diversification, but vulnerabilities still exist. In a globalized world, economic warfare is fast, invisible, and deeply personal. This is the silent battlefield. Russia has orchestrated protests on American soil remotely, creating Facebook events for opposing groups and watching chaos unfold in places like Texas. Their strategy? Divide, distract, destabilize. In future conflicts, expect adversaries to use deepfake emergencies, fake local news sites, and AI-generated influencers to stir unrest. Disinformation doesn't just trick people, it provokes them. China has tested this playbook in the Philippines and Taiwan. Iran is no stranger to inciting religious and ethnic tensions through fake content aimed at Western audiences. Their goal is simple: make Americans turn on each other right when unity is most needed. The antidote? Community engagement, media literacy, and local trust networks that can't be digitally faked. The military isn't just watching though, it's acting. US Cyber Command conducts continuous operations to defend military and civilian networks, working hand in hand with CISA, NSA, and major tech providers. Offensive cyber capabilities are also in place to disrupt enemy infrastructure if needed. The Pentagon is investing in next-generation satellite defenses and space-based deterrence to maintain comms and navigation under fire. Crucially, the National Guard and Reserve units are now training with civilian infrastructure operators in cyber mutual aid scenarios, simulating attacks on hospitals, water systems, and power grids, and rehearsing how to respond together in real time. And after the 2007 attacks, Estonia became a global model for resilience, creating backup data systems and hosting NATO's Cyber Defense Center. The US has taken note, sharing best practices and building layered defenses. Still, no matter how strong the military's efforts are, a prepared civilian population remains one of the most effective deterrents. The next major conflict will unfold in your community, on your smartphone, and inside your bank account. Because again, you are the target. And these attacks won't come with missiles or marching troops. They'll arrive as disinformation in your feed, power outages in your home, and confusion in your streets. But here's the good news. Awareness is power. So stay alert, question the narrative, think twice before sharing inflammatory content, learn where your local resources are, strengthen your community ties. Those small steps are the beginning of national resilience. Your awareness isn't just for you, it's for your kids, your neighbors, your country. Being informed won't stop the first attack, but it could shape the response and help prevent the worst outcomes. This isn't fear-mongering, it may sound like that, it's preparedness. And in the wars to come, that might be your strongest weapon. If this video has opened your eyes to modern warfare's hidden front lines at all, hit the like button. It helps the critical message reach more people and lets people know this content's valuable. Subscribe to Learning Military for sharp strategy breakdowns and deep dives every week. Want to support this mission? Consider dropping a super thanks. And let's hear it in the comments. Which non-kinetic threats worries you the most? Is it cyber, economic, or psychological? I'm interested to hear what you guys say. This is Learning Military. Until next time, stay informed, stay sharp, and stay ahead. Thanks for watching.